Part 7. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 61. In addition, there is another possibility. In our eyes, this ancestor's notebook is like the Taoist book of heaven. In other people's eyes, maybe it's just a piece of junk. I didn't take it seriously at all, just gave it to my daughter to play with. If this is really the case, this person, or this person's family will probably be even more terrifying. Before I know the details, I don't dare to provoke him. Who gave you the courage? After the old celestial master finished speaking, he sighed, took a sip of the tea beside him, and then slowly sat down. Seeing this, the celestial masters became even more messy. They could all see it. In fact, the old celestial master, he cares about this matter very much. Otherwise, he would not have analyzed so much and asked everyone not to act rashly. After all, those are the notes of the ancestors. If it is true, take it back to Longhu Mountain. This is what a merit. You know, the name of the old heavenly master can be ranked high in the whole of China. Even he has to be so cautious. He and others are actually clamoring to take the little girl with them. Longhu Mountain really overestimates one's capabilities, which makes people ashamed. After thinking about this, everyone became quiet. But their hearts were constantly filled with turmoil. Who is the father of this little girl? How terrifyingly powerful is he? Why can he raise such a monster daughter but never show her face? It's really like what was said in the show. Does he not like to be a public figure? Or, another, is there a secret? Kyoto, Changping, on the side of the road in 219 province. At this time, the road section here has been completely blocked. In the sky, there stands a golden armored god of war, which is more than 10 meters high. It's simply not too shocking, too dazzling. And everyone said that they were heavenly soldiers and generals invited by an expert. There is also a very vicious ghost under his feet, ready to judge at any time. Who else would be able to resist stopping and taking a look at such a shocking picture? Besides, people around here, including those who just passed by and were scared away. After learning the latest news, Zhou Xi is so powerful that she can easily control Li Gui. They all ran back and continued to watch the fun. They want to witness with their own eyes the transformation of this world. That's right, it's transformation. From today, all the previous rules of this world have been broken. People must begin to accept that there are ghosts and gods in this world, as well as cultivators. The one who opens the door to this new world. It's a little girl who is only 5 years old, Zhou Xi. No matter what the world will develop in the future, she will be remembered forever and leave the most profound mark in history. Of course, she didn't know this at this time. Don't really care about that either. Just because of what Dad said, Li Gui will be arrested. Let them remove bricks and drive screws. Let Zhou Xi still struggle to find how to catch the evil ghost without killing it. Taishang San Wu Zhenyi Alliance Wei Xianling by 50 General Lu, this is not quite right. Tais Hang San Wu Zhenji Alliance, Wei Du Tianji Yufeng Pajuolu, this is not quite right either. Tais Hang San Wu Zhenji Alliance's life protecting immortal urn, this is still not quite right. Zhang Daoling's talisman curse notes was turned over quickly in Zhou Xi's hands. But she still couldn't find the most suitable talisman method, which made her very anxious. The old heavenly master and others at the heavenly master's mansion in Longhu Mountain were even more anxious. Even a little frightened. Could this little ancestor be a little gentler? Please don't turn so hard, please. If we accidentally turn over our ancestors' notes, we will cry to death. Also, has this little ancestor ever thought about it? The reason why you can't find the talisman spell is to catch the evil ghost without harming it. Is it because the notebook you checked is too high level and too powerful? Don't hurt the evil ghost, Just catch the evil ghost. It's actually very simple, okay? All you need is the simplest talisman and spell. The notes you are looking up, if it is really the inheritance of Zhang Daoling, our ancestor who founded the sect. The weakest talisman spell here is probably the Golden Light spell. All the celestial masters in Longhu Mountain collapsed. But the most devastated, are definitely not them. It was the one who had been tortured so many times that his body was covered with bruises. The one who was trampled under the feet of the heavenly soldiers and generals was the ghost of Piao old lady. He was tortured one after another and even humiliated by Versailles. She was already on the verge of collapse, now is better. This little guy could obviously kill him directly. She still had to find a way to catch but not kill her and let herself work for her. Even if you put me down. Just let people trample me under their feet, waiting for you to look through the book to find a solution. Have you considered my feelings? It's really embarrassing. Is it okay to lose the ghost? Ah. Scholars can be killed but not humiliated. Little bastard. You've gone too far. Even if the old woman dies, she will take you to be buried with her. The old lady Goia Piao was so angry that she was soaring into the sky. The more she thought about it, the more she felt aggrieved. She really couldn't swallow this breath. After yelling these words, streaks of black light suddenly bloomed all over her body, as if the pieces of meat were piled up. The completed body expanded rapidly. It was about to self-destruct. And with the crazy movement of energy in her body, the raging wind around her rose again, sweeping dozens of meters around. Yang Mi, Dili Reba, there were also the program crew and others, all enveloped. Suddenly, everyone was in chaos again. Don't blow yourself up. Zhou Shii also discovered something was wrong and quickly put down the notebook in her hand. She quickly fired a seal to prevent the ghost of Piao old lady from blowing up. Zhou Shii was also distracted and sacrificed golden lotuses. Yang Mi was sent to together with Dili Reba, Wang Zhenjiao and others, they all protected her. Just in case, be prepared. Zhou Shii's operation made everyone breathe a sigh of relief. Although this little girl is very young and has a very stubborn temper. But when faced with the situation, the handling was very reliable and reassuring. However, at this moment, an unexpected change occurred that everyone expected. A giant that was 5 or 6 meters tall, a huge palm shadow like the palm of Tathagata. Without any warning, it suddenly appeared in mid-air. Everyone secretly thought that it was not good. This ghost of Piao old woman actually had helpers. But soon, everyone discovered that they seemed to have thought wrong. Because after the huge palm shadow appeared, it did not attack other people. Instead, it held the old lady of Piao who self-destruct in the palm of his hand. Then, he squeezed it gently. Boom! There was a sound like a balloon bursting. The ghost body of the ghost of Piao old lady was directly crushed by the huge palm shadow, and completely disappeared into smoke. This sudden change. It was beyond everyone's expectations and shocked everyone. What makes them confused and confused the most? It's not the power of this huge palm shadow. It wasn't that ghostly old lady of Piao who suddenly died like this. Rather, the person standing where this huge palm shadow flew from. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 62. Wow wow wow, Xioxi is awesome. Finally, I killed this evil spirit. Wait, doesn't this huge palm shadow come from Xiao Shii? Am I being blinded? Dilruba. It turned out to be Dilruba. What's the situation? Is this a spell cast by the goddess Reba? She is also a cultivator. No. It's not Dili Reba. Although the palm shadow flew out from Dilruba's body, it was not inspired by Dili Reba herself. That's right, Reba also looks confused and confused now. Could it be that the legendary magic weapon or something sensed that the goddess Reba was in danger and automatically activated the protector function? How could the goddess Reba have a magic weapon? Ah, I thought of it, it was her brother-in-law's big pig's hooves. Damn, brother-in-law gave his sister-in-law a magical weapon to protect her. Something's wrong. There's definitely something fishy about the relationship between these two people. My sister-in-law is my brother-in-law's midnight wife, the ancients never deceived me. But that big pig's hoof is too profitable. These sisters are all goddess level. Woo-hoo-hoo, tears of envy flowed from the corners of my mouth. Don't talk nonsense, our goddess Reba is pure and pure, so she won't let that big pig's hooves cause trouble. Brother-in-law and sister-in-law, put it aside for now. Damn, the real wife, doesn't even have a protective weapon. As a sister-in-law, Reba does, but this is a bit too much. Isn't little 11 the strongest talisman? It's just that she only wanted to catch that evil ghost and let her go to work, otherwise the evil ghost would have been destroyed in a matter of minutes. It makes some sense, but it always feels like something is not quite right. Have you noticed that Reba is also confused at this time? And why did I just look at that palm shadow flying out of Reba's belly? The old lady ghost Apiao was finally solved, and the live broadcast room burst into cheers. But while cheering, everyone was also very confused. Just because the palm that just solved the old lady ghost Apiao did not come from Joshi, but from Dilruba. Everyone at the scene, especially Dilruba herself. At this moment, I am also very messy and dumbfounded. Reba, did you kill that fierce ghost just now? Yang Mi, who was still in shock, looked at Dilruba up and down, and said with great confusion. She also doubted whether Dilruba had the amulet given by that stinky man. She was even a little jealous. But up and down after looking around, I didn't find anything special. A white silk shirt, denim shorts, and canvas shoes. Although there were some crystal pendants and bracelets, but when the palm shadow flew out just now, none of these things were there. What a change! And from the closest distance, Yang Mi could see it most clearly. The shadow of the palm flew out from Dilruba's belly. I had seen Reba's body before, and she didn't have navel nails. Ah! No. It's not me. I don't know what's going on either. Why, how could there be a palm shadow flying out from me? Dilruba rubbed her temples, puzzled and a little frightened. Could it be that there is still something in her body? Thinking of this possibility, Dilruba couldn't help but take a shot. Shivering. After all, she was the one who brought the ghost Apiao here. It couldn't be possible, there must be another one in her body. But it's not quite right, that palm shadow just now was the one who killed the ghost Apiao. The two should not be of the same kind. Moreover, the breath coming from the palm shadow is also warm and genial. It is completely different from the cold and biting breath of the ghost Apiao. Stop thinking about it, go ask Xiao Xi. Seeing Dilruba's painful look, Yang Mi comforted her. Dilruba nodded and followed Yang Mi towards Zhou Xi. It was the first time for everyone to see a ghost. As for Zhou Xi, she has been seen many times by her unreliable father. Baby. Are you okay? Scared my mother to death. Walking in front of Zhou Xi, Yang Mi, with tears in her eyes, picked up Zhou Xi and wanted to rub her into her arms. She was really frightened. All along, Yang Mi's daughter has always been a little baby with a milky voice and a milky voice that hasn't grown up yet. Who dares to imagine that his 5-year-old daughter would stand in front of him and fight the ghost Apiao? Even though she has seen that her daughter is very powerful, Yang Mi is still frightened and uneasy. Mom, don't cry. The baby is fine. Just a little depressed. Who just beat that evil old lady to death? I still want to catch the baby, play with it, and let her go to work. Finally, I encountered the evil ghost my father called me. Zhou Shii said as she put the Zhangdaoling talisman curse notes in her hand back into her little cloth pocket. She stretched out her white and tender hands and helped Yang Mi wipe away the tears from the corners of her eyes. After the ghost of Piao dissipated, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Only Zhou Shii looked sad and very unhappy. No matter how strong she was, after all, she was just a 5-year-old girl, who was full of curiosity about everything. And she was very curious about her father. Unconditional trust. Dad said it's fun, so it must be very fun. Unfortunately, just because he is too strong, he will directly kill the other party at every turn. Zhou Shii was not able to fulfill her wish in the end. Zhou Shii's words, Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others were all dumbfounded. What time has it been? This little guy is full of ideas, but he still wants to arrest the evil ghost? It's all her fault that her unreliable father has instilled it in her. What kind of thoughts? What kind of serious kid wants to catch a bad ghost to play with every day? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 63. It's getting late, the sun is setting and the stars are sparse. A half-quarter moon hangs above the night sky. Yang Mi drove the car, taking Diliriba and Zhou Shii with her. There was also a female cameraman who came forward and was just replaced. Driving on Provincial Highway 219 in Changping, such a big thing happened. In fact, Yang Mi no longer wants to continue the live broadcast, and Dilruba just wants to go home. What an international joke. The world has gone crazy. Even ghosts popped out. How can you still be in the mood to do a live variety show? But when Wang Zhenjiao put the data in the live broadcast room, there were also emails from the China State Administration of Radio, Film, and Television, and after being placed in front of them, Yang Mi and Diliriba fell silent. After what happened just now, where the 5-year-old cute baby Loli fought against the evil old lady. Now the public opinion on the entire Chinese internet has been completely detonated. Everyone is talking about Yang Mi, Zhou Shii, Li Gui, Dilruba, and that mysterious big pig's hooves. At this time, in the live broadcast room of Parent-Child Travel Diary, more than 5 million people are already watching. That's right, there are more than 5 million people, and it's still increasing crazily. It is said that, other live variety shows, internet celebrity live broadcast rooms and so on. It's all gone now. Live singing and dancing? I don't have K, brubu. Dinosaurs carry wolves, wolves carry them, dinosaurs carry wolves, they carry wolves. Fuck you, I don't care if you have a K or not, bio or not. The world is going fucking crazy. Do you have K? Whether dinosaurs can resist wolves or not is none of my business. Live entertainment games. Some people say that I will drop little pearls when I start broadcasting. Can't drop a bit, woo woo woo. You are all fun people. Woo woo woo. No matter how hard you ride, you can't drop the little pearl. If you fall in love, you still have to break up, or pretend to break up. Look at my big goddess Mimi, my cute little girl Zhou Shii, and my goddess Diliriba. They have to have good looks, and they have to have a good figure. Aren't they delicious? Very fragrant. Live streaming to bring and scan goods? Is an eyebrow pencil still expensive at 79 yuan? Sometimes I find my own reasons. Has your salary increased over the years? Have you worked hard? Eyebrow pencil? You have to criticize my eyebrows. Listen for yourself, what kind of bullshit talk is this? In the live variety show of Damamai and Xiao Shii, they are already hunting ghosts, opening up a new world, and starting a new era. Who has the skills to do this? Look at you idiots, fooling the general public. The most important thing is, Xiao Shi is very powerful and knows a lot of things. What I taught you before is not angry. Spell. After being verified by countless people, the effect is really miraculous. She has a spell to not be angry. Could she also have a cultivation method? What if she can get Zhou Shi's teaching on cultivating immortals in the live broadcast room? Wouldn't it also be possible? Opening the door to a new world? This is much better than watching those silly live broadcasts. Of course, there are still many people looking forward to and calling for it. Yang Mi's mysterious husband, Zhou Shi's unreliable father. It would be better if he could also live broadcast or teach. Zhou Shi was taught by him. He must know more and be stronger. Moreover, Yang Mi is thick, her skin is getting better and better, and her appearance is getting better and better. Everyone has guessed the secret of getting higher and higher. That big pig's hooves, as a cultivator, he really injected the essence of eternal youth into Domimi. Even you. There are many women who also want this essence that can whiten their skin and increase their appearance. They are crying and shouting on the internet, begging that big pig's hooves to give some to themselves. How to give it and in what way you can give it away. It's a pity, there is no road on that big pig's trotters. As soon as the matter came to an end, Yang Mi called that smelly man. What came from the other side was a woman's voice. Sorry, the number you dialed is not in the service area, please play again later. This made Yang Mi very angry and speechless. How old is this, and you can still hear this kind of notification sound? Even if you go deep into the mountains and forests, you should still have a signal. Where did this stinky man go? Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 64. If only because, the number of online viewers in the live broadcast room has increased dramatically, breaking records one after another. It was not enough to make Yang Mi and Deliriba waver in their thoughts of leaving. No matter how popular it is, what the hell are we? What made them think carefully was, the email sent to the program team by the China Lightpoint administration. In the email, the China Lightpoint General Administration claimed that, it had received an order from the relevant superior department. I hope this program will be safe for everyone. The live broadcast can continue, and the longer the live broadcast is, the better. They will provide traversal as much as possible, and even help the platform to add server terminals. That's right, even the daytime ghosts came out. Not only did the China Lightspot administration not ban the show. I want them to continue live broadcasting. And it's best to have a 24-hour, uninterrupted live broadcast. To know. Be it previous variety shows or TV movies. Just a little less positive energy. All may be reviewed or even blocked. For example, revealing clothing is harmful to the physical and mental health of young people. For example, it is too entertainment-oriented and has no educational significance. The most severe one, is the promotion of feudal superstition, which runs counter to the path of scientism. This is simply a taboo in all TV movies and variety shows. But now, this program is no longer as simple as propaganda and feudal superstition. It can even be said that science is directly trampled on the ground and rubbed back and forth. This is not scientific. No, this world seems to have become unscientific long ago. Think about it for a moment. Everyone probably guessed the thoughts of the relevant departments above. After what happened today, everyone's outlook has been reshaped. They already believe in the existence of ghosts and gods, and they absolutely cannot suppress them if they want to. Instead of banning the live broadcast room, why not take this opportunity to let everyone slowly understand the truth? At least there is this live broadcast room, and everyone still has a way to discuss and vent. If this program is really banned, this live broadcast room, the majority of netizens may become even more violent. It is also more difficult to control. Inside the Mercedes business station wagon, Yang Mi still sat in the driver's seat and was responsible for driving. The one I just replaced is the PD cameraman who follows me. It is also better to sit in the co-pilot position, which has a better view and is more suitable for live broadcast shooting. This is a tall girl with short ear-length hair. He looks like he is in his 20s. Perhaps because of being photographed outside all year round, my skin is a little tanned. But he looks healthy. Dilruba sat in the middle seat. Joshi I may be a little tired after the battle just now. After getting in the car, she lay in Dilruba's arms and fell asleep peacefully. Nowadays, it is probably just her. How can you be so carefree and sleep so peacefully and sweetly? The Ming Dynasty tombs, the program team doesn't want to go. Yang Mi and Dilruba were also afraid of him like a tiger. The old ghost Apiao just left a very terrifying psychological shadow on everyone. Joke. There are ghosts in this world. I didn't know it before, that's fine. Now I know. How could there be someone who wants to play on other people's graves? That was not an ordinary grave, but a group of tombs where many people were buried. Don't tell me, it really does exist. Joshi, a cute 5-year-old child, still insists on going to the Ming Dynasty tombs. She patted her small chest and swore that there would be absolutely no problem if she was here. Yang Mi, Dilruba, and the director team tried their best to persuade me for a long time. But Joshi was not moved at all. She also said that if she did not go to the Ming Dynasty tombs, she would go home immediately. Because it's not fun. In desperation, everyone could only compromise. Go, you can go. But definitely not now. Went to Ming Dynasty in the evening. When I don't know that there are ghosts in this world, I feel very scary. Now I know that ghosts exist in this world. That's not waiting to hit a ghost. So, they finally decided. Find a place to rest for a night first. Wait until dawn tomorrow and drive by the Ming Dynasty tombs. Or wander around the fringes. Let's see if we can deal with Joshi. Reba, you really don't feel anything wrong with your body? Yang Mi asked Dilruba with concern while driving the car. No. There is no difference from before. Dilruba touched Joshi's little head in her arms. A wry smile flashed across her pretty face. It is an indisputable fact that there are ghosts and alien cultivators in this world. And there are by my side. After the baptism of fear, panic, shock, and other emotions just now, Dilruba can also face it all calmly. But there is an unknown existence in her body. Dilruba really couldn't accept it. She was extremely uneasy. Even though the unknown existence in her body just now was to help herself and others. But before she could figure out what it was, Dilruba always felt strange. Before Joshi went to bed, she also asked Joshi. Unfortunately, Joshi at that time was concentrating on flipping through the book, Zhangdaoling Talisman Curse Notes, looking for ways to capture the ghost alive. I didn't notice anything strange about Dilruba at all, nor did I see clearly the origin of the huge palm print. Besides her, there is someone else who might know the answer. I'm afraid it's that stinky man, that stinky brother-in-law. But he doesn't know where I died. The phone still can't get through, and it keeps saying that I'm not in the service area. In her heart, Dilruba scolded that stinky man over and over again, and she still felt uncomfortable. She wished she could give that stinky man to someone when she went back. Suck it dry. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. The voice in the car navigation system sounded. Yang Mi followed the navigation and turned right onto a small road. Is the place the program team found reliable? How could there be such a difficult road to walk? Because the road was a little bumpy, Yang Mi couldn't help but complain. Yes. It's really difficult to walk. But Xiao Shi slept soundly in my arms. Dilruba echoed, and at the same time turned to look out the window, wanting to enjoy the night view. Just looking at it, Diliriba suddenly felt something was wrong. Why did the scenery on both sides of the road look so familiar? Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 65. Sister Mi? Did you go the wrong way? We seem to have been here once before. After looking out the window for a while, Diliriba felt more and more familiar here and said doubtfully. No. You remember it wrong. How could I go wrong? I just followed the navigation. Yang Mi said quite confidently. She also pointed to the line on the car navigation system. Then she made an OK gesture, indicating that everything was fine. After hearing Yang Mi's confident answer, Diliriba didn't think too much more. Maybe I really remembered it wrong. After all, in many places, the scenery on both sides of the road is similar. I didn't stare outside all the time. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. The navigation prompt sounds. Yang Mi followed the navigation and turned right and came to a rugged path. Squeak. The screech of brakes sounded. Yang Mi's face turned pale and she stopped the car on the spot. She also noticed something was wrong. It really seems like we have already walked through this place. Not long ago, she made a few remarks. He said that the place the program team found seemed unreliable and the road was so difficult. How long has it been since then, yet we are at the same crossroads again? Is the road still so bumpy after turning around? In fact, even the scenery on both sides looks similar. The most important thing is, although there is not a lot of traffic on this road, but occasionally we encounter one or two rivals. There are also some passers-by riding electric bicycles and so on. But I don't know when. There seems to be no one on this road. It's so quiet. What's going on? We haven't reached our destination yet. Why did Damamai suddenly stop? Brother, don't you feel something is wrong yet? The navigation just now has already appeared once. Damn it, is it the legendary ghost hitting the wall? No wonder Reba would say that she has already gone through it once. Oh my god, Goddess Damamai and the others, what kind of magical luck is this? They have such bad ideas. Maybe it's not a matter of luck, but something is deliberately targeting them. No. Is this a stab in the kid's nest? One hit after another. I feel it may have something to do with Diliriba, that fierce ghost just now was the one we were looking for. You can't be coveting the beauty of my goddess Reba, right? Shut up upstairs, you think they are all perverts like you. And that ghost Apiao just now is an old lady, right? I didn't think much about it at first. But when you say it like that, it's really possible that he's here for Reba. Just now, a huge palm shadow suddenly flew out of Reba's body. It was very wrong. There is still no reasonable explanation for it. You think, could this Reba be fake? Damn it, shut up upstairs. You scared me by riding on the horse. Me too, I was shocked by his words. But think about it carefully, if this Reba is really fake, Damamai and the others, aren't they walking with ghosts all the time? At this time, the number of viewers in the live broadcast room has reached a new high, reaching more than 7 million. There are various discussions, speculations, and nonsense. Don't be too crazy. And there are often people who are fierce and fierce. A word or an idea came out and shocked everyone. The previous servers had long been unable to bear it. For this reason, the platform also specially added several sets of server terminals. At the same time, it was also collecting data from other places. Working hard to deploy. Just kidding. This live broadcast room will probably have to face the entire people of China for a long time in the future, and may even face not just China as a country. In the China live broadcast program, the discovery that there are really ghosts in this world has slowly spread overseas. Although many foreigners are very doubtful about the authenticity of this incident, after all, it is too ridiculous. But there are still many people who travel across the mountains and ridges from abroad. Yes, they have entered Huaxia network and this live broadcast room. After they identify the authenticity, they will continue to attract people, and the cycle starts again. How many people will appear in this live broadcast room in the future? No one knows. Parent-child travel diary program group, on the bus. Have you reached the place? Why did you park the car? Wang Zhenjiao, who had changed his clothes, walked out of a small tent in the back row of the bus and said doubtfully. The temporary small tent was built just to make it easier for everyone to change clothes. I couldn't help it, I was so scared that I pissed myself just now. There were too many staff. Some even peed twice, including Wang Zhenjiao. Even so, the whole bus was still filled with a strange smell. No. No. Director, we've been going around in circles. It seems that I have encountered the legendary ghost hitting the wall. A deputy director sitting in front of the live broadcast monitoring station stammered and reported the current situation. Wang Zhenjiao felt his legs go weak and almost knelt down on the spot. The devil is beating the wall? It's not over yet. I just changed my pants. No, we just encountered a ghost, Apiao. How long has it been since then, and another one has come? I just want to do a variety show. Why are you torturing me like this? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 66. Sister Mi, isn't this really a ghost attack? Should I wake up Xiao 11? Maybe she can do something. In the Mercedes business car, Reba stammered and asked Yang Mi. She was panicking now. The only way she could think of was the cute little girl Zhou Xi in her arms. Let her sleep for a while first. Glancing at her sleeping daughter, Yang Mi shook her head. I feel like we can't be so unlucky. Maybe it's just a coincidence. They happened to be two similar roads, but we were scared. After Yang Mi finished speaking, she took out her mobile phone. After taking a look at the map, she also opened the navigation, and continued to drive forward. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. She was just walking. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. The mobile phone and car navigation system sounded prompts at the same time. Through the car's headlights, Yang Mi could clearly see a very familiar intersection ahead. No need to actually drive there. Yang Mi already knew. As long as he turns right, he will step onto the familiar rugged road again. Sister Mi. Really a ghost beating the wall. Have you noticed that except for our few cars, there are no other vehicles or pedestrians on this road? Dilruba was crying and almost collapsed emotionally. What is happening? After living for so many years, she has never seen a ghost. At least she doesn't know that she has seen a ghost. Today, she is going to expose the ghosts she has never encountered before. Yes, are you going to make up for it all? I don't want to. I don't believe it anymore. Is the world going to chaos? Yang Mi was also devastated, but even more angry. She stepped on the accelerator and did not choose to turn right this time. Instead, she increased her power and continued going straight. However, within a few minutes. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. The mobile phone and car navigation system started ringing again. That familiar crossroads was in front of me again. Yang Mi, who did not believe in evil, chose to turn left this time. After going around for a while, they returned to the main road and continued to face the familiar intersection. Use the walkie-talkie to communicate with Wang Zhenjiao and the others. This time, Yang Mi chose to make a U-turn. But it's of no use. The familiar crossroads and the familiar rugged paths will still appear in front of them. Besides, what worries them even more is, there was also a thin layer of fog between heaven and earth. Make the atmosphere even more depressing. At this time, Yang Mi's forehead was already covered with fine beads of sweat. Fortunately at this time, Zhou Xi in Dilruba's arms opened her eyes sleepily. "Mom, Aunt. Not here yet?" Zhou Xi asked with a milky voice. "Not yet. Baby. We seem to be in trouble. Do you feel that something is wrong around you?" Although she felt weird asking her daughter, who was only 5 years old, for help. But when she thought of her daughter's various miraculous performances, Yang Mi felt relieved. In this regard, her daughter is the expert. Maybe she can find it and leave here. Road. Little 11, we have been going back and forth in circles on the same stretch of road. I can't get out no matter what. I seem to have encountered the legendary ghost hitting the wall. Dilruba also spoke at the side, explaining the situation in detail. Ghost hitting the wall. After hearing these words, Zhou Xi sat up immediately. There was no sleepiness on her delicate little face, and she was even full of expectation. Very good. It's a pity that we didn't catch that evil ghost just now. Baby is feeling sorry. Can you catch ghosts now? Baby me. So happy. When they heard Zhou Xi's words, everyone almost fell to the ground. They thought she sat up suddenly because she was frightened when she heard there was a ghost like us. Unexpectedly, it was because she was happy when she heard there was a ghost. Are you the only one? The cute little loli is only 5 years old, but what she really wants to do is catch ghosts. Is this really good? Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 67. The night was slightly cool, mist-shrouded, the crescent moon was in the sky, and the stars were constantly flickering. The scenery here looks quite good. It's a pity. At this time, Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others had no intention of enjoying the scenery. They stood on the empty road, being baptized by the cool breeze, shivering uncontrollably, not far in front of them. It's a completely different picture. The cute little Lolita Zhou Xi is bouncing around like an elf. Look to the left, look to the right. From time to time, he would look into the distance and mutter something in his little mouth. I just learned that everyone may have encountered a ghost hitting the wall. Zhou Xi was so happy that she immediately got out of the car to catch ghosts. Yang Mi and Diliriba have black lines on their heads and faces. Naturally, they tried their best to prevent Zhou Xi from getting out of the car. After all, it's so weird here. But there was nothing they could do to stop it. Now maybe, there is only this little guy. The only way to take everyone out of this hellish place is to listen to her. But they were worried about letting her get out of the car by herself. Without any choice, the two of them could only gather their courage and follow Zhou Xi out of the car. The PD cameraman in the passenger seat was quite brave. He seemed to have great confidence in Zhou Xi. Carrying a camera, he followed Zhou Xi all the time. The pace is not weak at all. Sure enough, there is a ghost that is causing trouble. Haha, great, someone caught me. Baby me. I like catching ghosts the most. After watching for a while, Zhou Xi said excitedly. Then she put her hand into her magical little cloth pocket. Everyone smiled bitterly. How wonderful is this? But no one has any say. They can only be quiet, waiting for Zhou Xi's next move. A familiar white light flashed. Zhou Xi took out a piece of ordinary-looking white paper from the magical little cloth pocket. With both hands pointing together, a red light shone. Appeared on Zhou Xiai's white and tender fingers. The fingers fell like a pen. Zhou Xiai's words were as smooth as water. On the white paper, she began to calligraphy and painting quickly. Yang Mi and Diliriba curiously moved forward. But they couldn't tell at all whether he was writing or drawing. Soon, a series of strange characters were imprinted on the white paper. Then, the white paper floated into the air automatically without wind. It folded itself quickly. In just a moment, the white paper turned into a paper crane. Its wings flickered in mid-air. This scene, Yang Mi, Diliriba, and all the online viewers in the live broadcast room. It's all so shocking that I can't help but sigh. Folding a paper crane is very simple, and most people can do it. There are still people who can fold more difficult things. If it doesn't work, just search for a tutorial on the internet, but let a piece of paper, it was a bit incredible to fold myself into a paper crane. Moreover, this paper crane could flap its wings and fly in mid-air. It was obviously not a mortal thing. However, soon, everyone I realized that I had marveled too early. The steps had not been completely completed. After the paper crane folded itself, it slowly flew in front of Zhou Xiai. Zhou Xiai stretched out a green jade finger, gently click on the 1,000 paper cranes. A blue light shines, wrapping the 1,000 paper cranes. After the light dissipates, the folded paper cranes have disappeared. Replaced by them. It is a lifelike and vivid white crane. Just like the legendary crane. No, this may be the legendary crane. Because every time it flaps its wings, the feathers on its body are glowing. Shining in the night sky, full of fairy spirit, really beautiful. The only difference, maybe it is that the size of this crane is not big. Just like the 1,000 paper crane just now, it is only the size of a palm. It can only be called a small crane. In front of everyone in the eyes of wonder, the little crane flapped its wings and flew to Zhou Xiai's shoulder. It used its beak to flick a strand of Zhou Xiai's black hair back and forth affectionately. It was like being coquettish. Little Hezi is so good. Take us out quickly. This baby is going to catch ghosts, lots of ghosts. Let them move the bricks and drive the screws. Let them work for me, make money, and then buy a lot of dolls. Everyone was speechless again. She is indeed a little girl who is only 5 years old. No matter how powerful you are, you can't resist the temptation of rag dolls. It's just about catching ghosts and making money to buy dolls. All of China, and even the whole world. I guess this little loli is the only one who can figure it out and do it. The little crane is obviously humane. Zhou Xiai just finished speaking. It already understood, and chirped in a low voice. It was as if he was waving goodbye to Zhou Xiai, his little master. In the end, she reluctantly walked around Zhou Xiai. Then he flapped his wings and flew forward. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 68. Is this the legendary spell? It's incredible. Little 11, how much has your unreliable father taught you? This stinky man really pissed me off. If you have this ability, why don't you teach it to me? I also want a little crane like this. Sitting in the car, looking at the small and exquisite crane flying in front of her, Diliriba almost drooled. In her beautiful eyes, the expression was extremely complicated. There was surprise, shock, and infinite desire and yearning. That stinky man didn't teach me anything either. I really don't know what he thinks. We two adults were left alone to torment our 5-year-old daughter. I don't know how babies, when they learn so many messy things. How much suffering I suffered. Yang Mi couldn't help it and complained a few words in agreement. In fact, she had been jealous of her daughter before. Because her daughter was so dependent on that stinky man. She hung around his neck no matter what happened. It's like a little tail. They kiss and rub each other, you and I. We are so tired that we can't separate each other. Every night, I have to sleep with my father in my arms. I wish I could be my mother, just drive her out. Let her and that stinky man. Every time she wants to do some piston movements, she has to wait until the little girl falls asleep. But what can Yang Mi do? She can only endure it silently. Just like on the internet, that's what he said. Who allowed himself to give birth to a little love rival? Enduring hardship. The baby didn't suffer. When the father teaches the baby these things, the baby will learn it immediately. So mom and aunt, don't blame dad. And he said before that the reason why he didn't teach you. It's because you are all public figures and can easily be discovered. Hearing Yang Mi and Dilruba's complaints, Zhou Xi quickly helped her father to explain. This time, the resentment in Yang Mi and Dilruba's hearts subsided a lot. It turned out to be because of this. But they still don't understand. Why is that stinky man so cautious? Zhou Xi, who is only 5 years old, is already so powerful. That stinky man will definitely become stronger. What is he afraid of? Or, just like what he said. Just like to keep a low profile and don't want to show up. Now his daughter's strength has been exposed. No matter how much he wants to hide it, I'm afraid he won't be able to hide it. One day he will be discovered by the world. Reba. Do you think I should take part in this show with my baby? Yang Mi suddenly regretted it. Although she resented that stinky man deeply, she really didn't want to affect her husband because of herself. And this time, her daughter directly opened the door to a new world. It is no longer ordinary. Affected. She was worried that that stinky man would be pushed to the forefront. Sister Me. Don't blame yourself too much. No one would have thought that a variety show would turn into this. I don't know what the smelly brother-in-law is doing now. Do you know what's going on here? Along the way, I kept calling his phone, but couldn't get through. Dilruba said. She took out her mobile phone and pressed the redial button. The familiar tone came from inside. Sorry, the number you dialed is not in the service area. Please call again later. Mom, Aunt. I just went to bed when I met my father. Dad is in a very strange place at this time, dealing with a very important matter. That's why the phone can't be connected. Dad asked me to tell you, don't worry. He will be back soon. Zhou Xi on the side suddenly spoke. When Yang Mi and Dilruba heard this, their expressions froze at the same time. Then they looked at Zhou Xi in a strange way. Baby, what did you say? Did you meet your father just now when you were sleeping? Did you dream about your father? Yang Mi thought of this possibility and asked. No. It's a real meeting. Baby and Dad can often meet in dreams. Dad actually had some predictions about what happened here. But yesterday, he sent a message to the baby's paper crane, but the baby didn't see it. Dad said it was God's will, just let us keep going. The baby also asked his father if he could go to the Ming tombs. Dad said yes. However, he suggested that the baby should go to the Great Wall first and then the Ming tombs. Zhou Xi said with a smile. When she mentioned the Ming tombs, her two big eyes shone with excitement. And Yang Mi and Dilruba, including the online viewers in the live broadcast room, were once again deeply shocked. No wonder, this little cute baby Loli fell asleep as soon as she got in the car, and she slept so soundly. It turned out that she was meeting that smelly man in her dream. This is too outrageous. No, think about it carefully. I think, what happened to these two people was already outrageous. This is no less true. It's just that the amount of information contained in Zhou Xi's words seems a bit large, everyone needs to digest it carefully. That big pig's hooves, in a very mysterious place. What kind of place could it be? Even the mobile phone signal is gone. It can't be, it's a legendary different world. Even flying with a sword may be real. Yes, there seems to be nothing wrong with another world. He is dealing with a very important matter. What kind of thing will make him put aside his wife and daughter for the time being? It's vague. Everyone has a kind of premonition. When that man shows up, something big will happen. His daughter, who is only 5 years old, has opened the door to a new world. A new era, a new era. What will that big pig's hooves open again? What kind of door? What kind of changes will it bring to this world? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 69. A palm-sized crane. Flying through the night and mist, flapping its wings. Wherever you go, there will be a ribbon left behind, guiding the way under the night sky. Yang Mi and the program team's vehicles. Pick up the stream of light and follow behind the little crane. Turn right ahead and go uphill, please be careful of sharp turns. The familiar beep sounded again. Yang Mi and Diliriba were shocked. That crossroads that they have walked through countless times has almost become their nightmare. What stunned them the most was, the little crane actually turned right as instructed in the navigation system. They had turned around many times before. After walking around for a long time, I always come back to this road again. Mom, just follow Xiao Heze. You can't go wrong with Xiao Heze. Joshi I saw the slight change in her mother's expression and comforted her with a milky voice. Good. Yang Mi agreed and turned the steering wheel. The car drove onto the rugged and bumpy road again. Only this time, I only walked for about 5 or 6 minutes. Yang Mi, Dilriba, and the audience in the live broadcast room, were dumbfounded again. The little crane turned around again. But, where it turns, there is no road at all. Just a large expanse of lush farmland. Ah! We don't want to drive into the farmland. Dilriba couldn't help but exclaimed. It was the early autumn at this time. In the farmland, the corn planted had already taken shape. The stalks were about 2 meters high. Even in broad daylight. In this cornfield, all looked very dark and scary, and most people would not easily go in. Not to mention it was night, and everyone was still experiencing ghosts and walls. Although their car was not small in size. But after diving in, it will inevitably be submerged in it. Xiao Heze can't be wrong. Joshi I was not worried at all and reiterated it very firmly. Mother believes in baby. For her daughter, Yang Mi still chose and believed unconditionally. And she also felt that, maybe if she wanted to go out, she would have to take a different path. My heart skipped a beat. Yang Mi controlled the car and followed the marks left by the little crane. Heading towards the lush cornfield, we plunged directly into it. In an instant, everyone in the car closed their eyes subconsciously. Including Yang Mi herself. Believe in your daughter. But I am afraid, I am really afraid. I don't know how deep the cornfield is. In the darkness of night, he looked like a scourge. And it was still a savage beast with its bloody mouth open. The most important thing is, everything in front of me is corn stalks, even the headlights are disabled, and I can't see the road ahead at all. This unknown fear is very heart-wrenching. However, the scene they imagined did not appear. The front of the car didn't hit the layers of corn stalks. No. There are no corn stalks anywhere in front of me. After turning the corner, the car was driving smoothly on a straight road. The road condition was even better than the bumpy path just now. At the end of this path, faintly, the outline of a village can also be seen. It was just time for dinner. In that village, thousands of houses are brightly lit, which makes people feel heartwarming just by looking at them. Hey, it's okay. Oh my god, Sister Me, we are out. Haha. Little 11 is really awesome, and Little Crane is really awesome. Dilruba shouted excitedly. She was so lucky to have survived the disaster that she no longer cared about her image as a lady. The Little Crane is so awesome. Call. Scared me. It turns out it's all an illusion. Yang Mi also breathed a sigh of relief. The viewers in the live broadcast room also sent various barrage emoticons and other comments to express their celebration. Although across the screen. But they all took in everything that happened just now. It's like being there. Now I feel a sense of relief from the aftermath of the disaster. Including the General Director Wang Zhenjiao and others on the bus at the back. At this moment, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Very good. After cracking the ghost wall, there is no need to pee your pants. But what no one noticed was. Dilruba suddenly became quiet after cheering. Not ordinary quiet. The kind that sits on a seat and doesn't move. Dilruba's beautiful eyes seemed to be frozen. He stared straight ahead at the outline of the village where thousands of houses were brightly lit. And in Dilruba's heart. Then the pot has exploded, because she suddenly discovered it. She is very familiar with this place. Turn right before and reach the rugged path. She felt a little familiar. But I didn't think too much about it at the time. I just thought it was because of the ghost hitting the wall that I walked through that path again. Until now, looking at the village ahead. Dilruba finally woke up. My familiarity with that rugged path is not due to ghosts hitting the wall. But because I have really been here. Just in the afternoon, I just came here, that is, in this village. There was a family holding a funeral. They passed by someone's funeral shed. This provoked the old ghost Apiao from just now. Dilruba felt like her brain was going to explode. Why, are you here again? It's a coincidence. Or an accident. Or, is there something deliberately manipulating all of this? Think of the possibilities. Dilruba only felt that her scalp was numb and her hair stood on end. Her body couldn't help but trembled slightly. Sister Me. Dilruba opened her mouth, wanting to tell Yang Mi her worries. But I found that my voice seemed a little hoarse because of being too nervous. There's a figure in front of me. Haha. Sure enough we came out. The baby is amazing. Yang Mi didn't hear Dilruba's voice. Because at this time, she saw many shadowy figures appearing not far ahead. They had just encountered a ghost hitting the wall. They didn't touch each other along the way. Any car, any person. Now I finally see people. More proof. They have really left the scope of the ghost wall. Could it be that I'm overthinking it? Is this really just a coincidence? Dilruba also saw the group of shadowy figures in front of her through the front windshield. She had the same thought as Yang Mi. Her uneasy heart gradually calmed down. But in the next moment, Dilruba it felt like her little heart, which had just calmed down, suddenly jumped into her throat. It even almost jumped out of her mouth. Yang Mi even stepped on the brakes. A pair of beautiful eyes stared straight ahead, and her face turned pale instantly. Like paper. Because at this moment, those shadowy figures happened to enter the range of the car lights. Yang Mi and Dilruba, including the audience in the live broadcast room, saw these figures wearing hemp and mourning looks like. Yes, they are wearing linen and mourning. There are 20 or 30 people, all wearing linen and mourning, and holding mourning sticks in their hands. In the dark night, a group of people wearing linen and mourning, just like it was already terrifying. What was even more terrifying was, behind these people wearing sackcloth and mourning, there was someone tremblingly carrying a red object. A large sedan chair as red as blood. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 70. Ah, I'm on horseback. The pants I just changed peed again. What the hell, didn't everyone come out? How could this thing appear? I couldn't bear it when I saw people wearing sackcloth and mourning. But when I saw that blood-red sedan chair, I couldn't help it. What is the situation? Don't mess with me in the middle of the night. Did you feel that it was too easy to get out of the wall just now? Damn, that's right. Since there was a ghost building a wall to block the road, how could it come out without even seeing the shadow of the ghost? There is indeed a problem here. Mom, no. I was at home alone in the evening, so scared, but I wanted to continue to see what to do. At this time, the number of online viewers in the live broadcast room has reached more than 8 million. Because of the people wearing linen and mourning, and the large sedan chair that was as red as blood, they were so frightened that they fell into chaos. No way. It was really too sudden and too unexpected. 1 second ago, they were all cheering and sending all kinds of funny emoticons. Congratulations to Yang Mi and Deliribo for successfully walking out of the ghost beating the wall area. Who would have thought about the next second? Suddenly, this weird scene appeared. The most important thing is, the people wearing linen and mourning formed a sharp contrast with the big blood-red sedan chair. One is for funerals and the other is for weddings. How did these two things come together? Especially under the light of car headlights. The contrast between the two colors should not be too obvious or too shocking. What is this? In a Mercedes business station wagon. Yang Mi looked at the crowd in front of her and the big blood-red sedan chair. Suburban couldn't help but tremble, and cold sweat dripped down the broken hair on his forehead. Honey, sister Mi. I was just about to tell you. This place, I seem to have been here before. In the afternoon, I passed by here and met someone holding a funeral. As a result, he crashed into the mourning shed and was chased by the old ghost Apiao just now. Dilraba was also very frightened. She felt like she had peed her pants, but she still held on and said this. So that everyone can be mentally prepared. After hearing what Diliriba said after those words, everyone's heart was struck hard like a heavy hammer beating a drum. I don't know how many people were frightened. It was from here that Dilraba bumped into her in the afternoon. That ghost old lady Apiao? But that ghost old lady Apiao, hasn't it been solved? In full view of the public, she was crushed to pieces by the mysterious unknown in Diliriba's body. This is absolutely not true at all. It would be wrong. But why did they come to this weird village again? Who was behind the incident that happened just now? After connecting all of this, there is only one word to describe everyone's mood. Think carefully. Fear. What? That's the one you met here. But that's not right. This is the opposite of the way from Kyoto. We didn't go back, how could we come to this place again? Yang Mi's heart was spinning and she asked doubtfully. I don't understand it either. So when I walked on that rugged path for the first time, I just felt familiar and didn't think about it in this regard. It wasn't until I saw the outline of the village in front that I realized something was wrong. It looked familiar. Sister Mi, look at that village. From a distance, it looks like it was specially designed. Whether it's a building or a tree or something. They are all high in the middle and low on both sides, like a mushroom. As Diliriba was talking, she was suddenly stunned for a moment. I can't say any more. In the afternoon, she did see the village looking like a mushroom, so that left an impression. But now look closer. Is this a mushroom? How is this more like the shape of a tomb? Ah! Yang Mi screamed, obviously discovering this. At the same time, those people wearing sackcloth and mourning, holding mourning sticks, and carrying blood-red sedan chairs were getting closer and closer. Not to mention Yang Mi in front. And Diliriba. Even Wang Zhenjiao on the bus behind and the audience in the live broadcast room can clearly see the details of those people at this moment. A group of people with no expressions are like walking zombies. Even if they are the magical little crane flapped its wings in front of them, blooming streams of light. These people still seemed invisible, without any reaction. They just walked forward step by step mechanically. Director, back up the car. Let's turn around and go back. Picking up the walkie-talkie, Yang Mi quickly said to Wang Zhenjiao. This path is too narrow. Especially the three buses at the back almost filled the entire road. Yang Mi's car was in a dilemma. It could only wait for Wang Zhenjiao. Their bus needs to go back first. Mommy. We can't go back. If we go back, we will fall into the yin spirit formation again. It is even more difficult to come out again. Hearing that Yang Mi wanted to turn around, Zhou Xi reminded her from behind. Ah! This was Yang Mi's voice. She was a little dumbfounded. Ah! This is Wang Zhenjiao's voice on the intercom. He is also very confused and messy. Ahead is a village as strange as a tomb. There were also a group of walking corpses wearing sackcloth and mourning, carrying a blood-red sedan chair. Behind it is the ghost wall, which is what Zhou Xi calls the spirit guiding array. This is a real front-to-back attack. And the most suffocating thing is, the people wearing sackcloth and mourning are getting closer and closer to the car. There was only a dozen meters left. But they still had no intention of stopping. Still maintaining the original rhythm and moving forward. In an instant, everyone held their breath and even stopped their heartbeat. Especially Yang Mi in the cab, her mind went blank at this time. What's wrong, Mom, and Aunt Reba? It seems like all of you are very scared. Zhou Xi's voice sounded. Everyone, almost vomited blood. What do you mean, it seems like? We are just scared. In the evening, we saw a group of people wearing sackcloth and mourning, carrying a large blood-red sedan chair. And a little by little, it is approaching you. Who wouldn't be afraid? No. This little guy is only 5 years old. He doesn't seem to be afraid at all. He is even confused as to why we are afraid. Why does it feel a little embarrassing? We looked ashamed. We were worse than a 5-year-old girl. But when we thought about it, this was no ordinary little girl. Everyone felt relieved. Baby, aren't you scared? These people, and the red sedan, look very weird. Yang Mi looked at her daughter with a forced smile and said. Don't be afraid. These are just the most common yin spirits. That's what you call the ghost. Zhou Xi explained to everyone with a milky voice. After listening to Zhou Xi's explanation, everyone almost lost their souls. They were even more collapsed and frightened than before. Ah! I couldn't bear it for a long time without peeing. Xiao Xi's explanation broke my defense. Her first sentence was that she was not afraid to speak out. I thought she wanted to tell us that we are all ordinary people. In the end she actually said, are these all ghosts? That's a good explanation. Don't explain it again next time. I need to change my pants again. I just want to watch a variety show. Who knows how many pairs of underwear I changed today? Comrades, the most terrifying thing is, there are so many ghosts, are they so common? They can meet a group of them casually. Will there be many around us? Damn it, shut up upstairs. In the live broadcast room, there were collapses one after another. I don't know how many people went to change their pants again. In the program team bus behind, things were not much better. Although the scene just now was weird, everyone still had a glimmer of hope. Maybe, this is just the customs and habits here. Dili Reba just said that there are people in this village holding funerals. But Zhou Xi's words completely shattered everyone's hope. This Imam is really a ghost. There are 20 or 30 ghosts. Oh. I know, it's because of Xiao Heze. Zhou Shiai's voice sounded again. Then, she stretched out her white and tender hands and gently snapped her fingers. The little fairy, the crane that was flying in front instantly turned into a blue brilliance and disappeared. At the same time, it disappeared. Those figures wearing linen and mourning, as well as the bright red sedan chair, all disappeared from everyone's sight, as if they had never appeared before. Everyone suddenly understood. No wonder they are so evil today, and they can suddenly see I saw so many ghosts. It turned out to be because Zhou Shiai's little crane was in front, it was the one that manifested the ghosts. That's it? If you can't see them, you won't be afraid. Zhou Shiai said with a little pride on her face, as if she was asking for credit. Yang Mi and Diliriba had black lines on their heads and faces. It felt like they were trying to cover their ears. The audience in the live broadcast room were even more excited. Collapse. Because they discovered a very cruel truth. There may really be ghosts around them. It may even be more than they imagined. It's just that they can't see it. Little 11. In this world, are there always so many ghosts existing? Dilruba asked, stammering at the side. No. Previously, these ghosts should have been in the yin spirit realm of Fengdu. But recently, Suanmen is about to open, and many worlds are in turmoil. The barriers between the human world and the yin spirit world in Fengdu have many weak and even broken points. They will appear in this world. But it doesn't matter, these are just the most common ghosts and will not harm humans easily. Zhou Shiai blinked her big eyes and replied. After hearing what she said, everyone felt a lot more at ease. Where there are ghosts, there will be ghosts. As long as they don't hurt themselves, it will be fine. At most, they will be scared to the point of peeing their pants. But the momentum of Suanmen's launch this time seems a bit big, and it may take a long time. There may be more and more yin spirits crossing the border later. Fierce ghosts, evil ghosts, white-clothed ghosts, and red-clothed ghosts can cause harm to humans. But the baby is here, Mom and Auntie don't have to worry. No matter what kind of ghost they are, I will never let them hurt you. Come one, grab one, and send them all to move bricks and screws. Zhou Shiai waved her two little fists and vowed. Yang Mi and Diliriba couldn't laugh or cry when they heard this. Why does this little guy only want to catch ghosts for work? But ask yourself. Zhou Shiai still gives they feel a great sense of security. At least judging from his performance just now, this little guy is very powerful. If she didn't just want to catch it alive, the old ghost of Piao under her hands, I'm afraid they won't be able to survive around. But the two of them are relieved. The audience in the live broadcast room collapsed again. Poof, I spurted out a mouthful of old blood. Why is this little ancestor breathing heavily when he talks? Maybe there will be more and more powerful ghosts appearing in this world in the future. This horse riding is a rhythm that will bring chaos to the world. I was just glad that I was safe, and now you tell me that there will be evil ghosts, white-clothed ghosts, and red-clothed ghosts who will harm humans in the future. Who can help me? I am so envious of Damamai and Diliriba. With Xiao Shiai by their side, they feel full of security. I also want an amulet like Xiao Shiai. Woohoo, what should I do if I can't sleep tonight? Although Xiao Shiai is good, I feel that her father will be better. Not only is it powerful, but it can also help me inject some eternal youth essence. Damn it, sisters upstairs, what time has it been? You still have the heart to race. I want to say, give me a little bit, I also want that man's essence. Damamai is getting younger and younger, more and more beautiful, Cliff is because of this reason. Yang Mi didn't know. The stinky man in my own family has now become the target of crazy competition among women all over the internet. She is still panicking in her heart now. Although those ghosts wearing sackcloth and mourning, carrying the big red sedan chair, have disappeared from sight. But do they really not exist? Not really. Just because there is no magical power of that little crane. They are mortal beings who cannot see it. In other words, those ghosts, Apiao, are still around. How can Yang Mi feel at ease? Baby, why, I feel so cold. Those yin spirits just now are not still in front, are they? What should we do now? Unknowingly, Zhou Xi, a cute little girl who is only 5 years old, has become the backbone of this team. Yang Mi can only ask her opinion. No. Mom, you don't have to worry. They have already passed. Now we have reached the third bus. Let's just keep driving forward. While Zhou Xi was talking, she reached out and hugged Yang Mi from behind to express comfort. When she heard her daughter say that those ghosts, Apiao, had passed, Yang Mi and Diliriba both breathed a sigh of relief. But they felt a faint feeling, something seemed not quite right. At this moment, a series of strange screams suddenly came from the walkie-talkie. Ah, the third bus? Where are we? Mom, help. Little 11 save me. Director Wang, your pants are wet again. Shut up. If you don't speak, no one will treat you as a mute. Where is the driver? Open the door, I want to get off. Who peed again? Are you a watering can? They all sprayed on my feet. The messy sounds kept ringing. Diliriba and Yang Mi finally knew something was wrong. The third bus happened to be the one where Director Wang Zhenjiao and the staff were riding. Obviously, hearing that a group of ghosts, Apiao, was right next to him, the whole bus exploded again. It was no coincidence. I don't know who it was, but it happened to be holding a walkie-talkie, and he pressed the intercom button nervously. All the sounds from behind were transmitted. Please customize.